In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you about the point of entrepreneurship that nobody talks about. That point of entrepreneurship that happens to be the point of no return. That lonely point, I'm going to be showing you that point so you know that you're not alone. That long stage of building a business. You know, there's a stage in entrepreneurship that we really don't prepare for, right? It's that stage where you are the only one that believes in your vision and in your goals. Nobody understands what you're trying to build at that stage. Nobody sees what you see. Every morning when you wake up, you keep convincing yourself to keep going on, whether we see the results or not. That stage. And whether we like it or not, that stage is lonely, very lonely. Because when we decide to start our business, this be it digital business or any business at all that we decide to start, we think, especially digital business, right? We think when we begin that things will just start working for us. In fact, advice like post more, launch your business, announce your offer, talk about it, start your stage, and we are just everywhere. And thinking that at that point, everything is just going to start flowing immediately. When you post more, you have people, you see this one, people start coming in. Those period hits us harder when we've started doing all those things and then start expecting, we don't see engagement, we don't see sales, we don't see validation, we don't see support. We try to reach out to people, we talk to people, and we get the no's, no, 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 no. Like everything is just a blur to you, right? This is a stage that most people quit. This is a stage that makes us feel that this dream that we've started is impossible. Because at this stage, most of us are emotionally drained, emotionally tired. I know this because I'm at that stage. The stage where you get to question yourself. The stage where you alone believes in what you're doing. The stage where you have to convince yourself that this will work, I just need to show up. The stage where you almost want to talk yourself out of going further. The stage where the fear creeps in, like, what if it works? The stage where we see people, it's happening for a lot of people, and you feel it's not happening for you, right? In these days, we get to wonder, like, are we wasting our time? Like, I was in a conversation with someone this morning, and I'm like, you know what, I need to go do something for my business. What's that you're gonna do? And I'm like, I need to go create an okay. That felt like a slap in my chest, and I'm like, I just talked about my business, and it seems like I just talked junk, right? Because if no one sees it, they're not supposed to see it. They were not the one God gave the assignment to. You are the one that has got the assignment. So don't expect them to see it the way you are seeing it, to feel it the way you're feeling it, right? To keep going the way you want to keep going. Don't expect them to see it. I want you to think about something. You see, all those entrepreneurs that you're admiring today, every single one of them, every single one of them once passed the stage. That stage that when it seemed like nothing would work. Myron Golden, I watched a video of him when he said he ran his business for 14 years. 14 years before he got his business became a six-figure business. What if he talked himself out on the 13th year? What year are you in your business that you're already feeling tired? The issue is that many of us already have this easy to go lifestyle, like click and it comes out, punch and it comes out, do this and it's out. And we're expecting that for a growing business. No child is born and immediately starts to walk. So at some point, these people definitely doubted themselves. At some point, they had moments where they really wanted to stop, but however, they kept on keeping on. Because if it doesn't work and you sit down and ask yourself, okay, so what did I do here that didn't work? Let me go back to the drawing table and evaluate what you have done and go back again. It's just like a game, right? They play the game, the opponents win, they go back, the coach goes back with the team, they watch what they've played, they look at it and get the best way forward. What have we done here? I think this didn't work well, right? You have to go back. You have to go back, understand your mistakes. Go back, what am I doing that is not right? Turn off the noise. Turn off the noise. Don't compare your journey with another man's journey. Turn off the noise. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. That they warn you in the field doesn't mean that when you go back and go reinforce yourself that you wouldn't win the next day. You just keep going. That's the real work. Consistency is not about waking up and feeling motivated every day. Like every day, not every day will the motivation come. Consistency is about deciding that this vision matters. Even on the day that it feels like you feel like disappearing. That's the real work. If it's not working for you today, then it's probably working inside of you. I started my digital business. So I started working on myself doing this digital thing about 3 years ago. And where I am today is not where I was about 3 years ago when I started. I remember my first video that I did on one of my first videos that I did on business. I knew how many times I said, just imagine, just imagine. Like someone even had to write it in the comment section, like imagine, just imagine. Like that was what she picked out of it. That I was growing. I was growing. It was working inside of me. In the process, I've done a diploma in creative digital media. Yeah. And I'm still growing, just like yourself. You're learning, you're adjusting, you're becoming the kind of person that is capable of carrying the vision. Sometimes business grows after the person grows. Have you grown enough for the business? That business you want to grow, those stages you want to mount. Have you gotten to that level yet. And so this is why you cannot allow temporary emotion to make you permanent decisions for your future. So instead of us asking ourselves or saying to ourselves that this doesn't work, I think we need to start saying, what if it works? What if this season is preparing me? What if these lessons that I'm learning right now, they are necessary? What if this breakthrough only comes after I refuse to stop? After I have refused to stop. I remember something. So I was in a conversation with a prospective client. I met her on Facebook. I got into conversation with her. And the first call we had, a free call we had, she was excited. She's like, I want to work with you. I want to work with you. I'm like, oh my God, this is good. This is good. And I sent her the link. And I noticed because I use a Stripe link, I sent her the link. So I noticed she tried making payment 3 times. And then she came back and said, what if I make a 3 installment payment? Can you give me that? And also I gave that to her. And then the next day she called and said, I think I'd like to call you. So I accepted, right? And then she's like, you know what? I invested in so and so academy already, and I've not given myself enough time for this. I think I need to give myself some more time. So imagine my anticipation dropped immediately, because that's all. So is it my fault? Some of us would break, break into pieces because of that no. Like, it felt like a big win, like she was so ready to go, but it didn't work at that instant. So I had to go back to my drawing table. Where did I go wrong? Because I know some people will close the deal, and I'm like, I think I should have talked into her own perception about not putting in the work with the other people, right? And then with myself, like maybe like a reframe or something. Or maybe she wasn't just my client, because who's going to be your client? I don't think you're going to overwork yourself to get them, right? So sometimes in entrepreneurship, it's less about having all the answers and more about refusing to quit while you are still figuring them out. So if you are at this point right now where you're feeling tired, where you're feeling discouraged, where you're feeling unsupported, emotionally drained, like for myself, I have kids, 7 years to 3. You everyone's expecting something from you at this time, and then you have to be there for everyone before you think about yourself, and then you're the business. And I was once asked to even have a VA, and I'm like, if you're not earning enough yet, how can you have a VA? So we have to get to a point before you make some good decisions, right? The fact is that it has not worked yet doesn't mean that it will never work. It has not worked yet doesn't mean that it will never work. You just need to keep improving. You just need to keep learning. You need to keep adjusting. You need to keep showing up. Like I'm doing today. I told myself that, you know what? I'm going to show up on a Monday morning. I'm going to show up on a Tuesday morning. I'm going to show up on a Friday morning if I have to. I'm just going to show up because I believe in what has been given to me. I believe in what has been given to me. And if no one sees it, I see it. So keep showing up, because one day the same story that almost made you quit, that same story that almost made you give up, will become the story that inspires someone else to also not give up. So if you're one of us who is at that stage, that point that it feels like, I don't think this is working. I think this is draining. I think I can't keep going. I want to tell you, you're not alone. There's 100 of us out there who's still trying to figure this all out, who's still there believing every morning, who has put in so much, who thought that we had the breakthrough, that point, that light, we saw the light and we thought we were at the end of the tunnel, and it was just like a reflection. So I'm here to encourage you that you shouldn't give up, one day at a time. No one gets into the marathon just to get first. They are there to finish it. This is your race, this is your journey. And I am here to encourage you to finish it. Stick around. Thank you for watching. And if you've not clicked on the subscribe button, do click on it and turn on the bell in case I go share any video, you get a notification. Have a nice day.